Welcome, everybody, to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. It's time now for the quarterfinals, with the top 4 seeds a time to begin their quest toward the national championship. But they run into a battle-tested team already coming off one playoff victory, trying to shock the world here today and make the semifinals. As we'll see the number 8 seed in this playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the top-seeded team in the playoff, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback finds an open target on the left side. And he's brought down, but hold on, there's a flag on the play. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Riley. He's swarmed by the defense.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
The completion makes it second down. Takes the toss and moves to his right. Finds room at the 30. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Running right through tacklers. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run.
Well, when you have a big game like this, a few things have to happen. You've got to be able to seal the edge to give the running back enough room to become an instinctive runner, but also the wide receiver's willingness to be blockers. Outstanding by the entire group.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. The pass is intercepted. And he's got some open field ahead. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Well, that is a tough way to start this game for this offense, throwing an interception on their first drive. Big thing now is you go to the sideline, talk to the offensive coordinator, make a couple adjustments, and come back and play with confidence next time you get the ball.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They're going to run it here. Powers through the tackle.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Takes the handoff again. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area, Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades, going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently, and, of course, Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on of great Penn State running backs, and I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Now it's 2nd down here. And the single back takes the handoff. He's brought down, but the gain moves the ball to the 39.
One way to create a rhythm and really start to show your identity as an offense is to control the line of scrimmage. The offensive line here early getting a hat on a hat, and this back as good as we've seen all year with the ability to accelerate through the hole. Positive yards, play after play here early in the game.
The Nittany Lions pick up enough yardage to get a first down. Sticking with the running game. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
With the defensive coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick throw misses his mark there. Incomplete.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
After the incompletion, they'll have to try to convert here on 3rd and 9. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Trying to extend the play. Nobody open downfield. He just throws it away.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
He missed it. And with that miss, the score remains the same.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead he shanks it.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. High completion makes it 2nd and medium. And he drops back in the gun. It's an out route. The catch made. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now. The quarterback delivers complete to the right side. tackle made after the completion.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Misses the receiver, incomplete.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And here comes a deep shot. He fires this throw and is intercepted. Can he take it all the way? And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
And looking to throw now on first down. Caught on the outside. It's Reynolds. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
That completion sets up a second down play. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Trying to create outside the pocket now. He goes down. The first quarter will end on that sack. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. The back's got it. Good enough for first down yardage.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. Third and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. It's intercepted, trying to fire it into a tight window. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender. He throws the interception.
First down, looking to throw the football. He's moving out of the pocket. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Chris, what a play here by this linebacker to come up with this sack. I love the call to be able to blitz him here, to be able to put pressure on the quarterback. And over the years, my gosh, I don't know if there's another school in the country that's had as many linebackers with a playmaking ability as Penn State. Micah Parsons most recently, but going back to LeVar Arrington and Sean Lee and Paul Posluszny, I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
With the catch, it's Jefferson. He's swarmed by the defense.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
It's third down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Throws the ball to the left after plenty of time in the pocket. Excellent protection. Look out, he's got some space. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his second interception in this game so far. obviously reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a big-time player making big-time plays.
Hands off to the left. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. And they've got the returner corralled. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Quarterback escapes the pocket. He's going to pull it down and run. Gets loose, able to scramble for a solid gain.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
Now here's the toss play.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. It's third down. And the quarterback dropping back. Gets made on the out route. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Alabama. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around him.
And it's 7-0 after the BAT. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Looks like he'll try to make a play with the return. And the returner will be brought down. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Second down after that previous play. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Looking to scramble. And he's taken down behind the line. He's going to lose a yard or two.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Boy, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Looking for a deep completion. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. So it's a first down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. He's escaping the pocket now. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Looking to pass here on second down. The pocket breaking down. Slides down to avoid the tackle. And the Nittany Lions looking to crank up the tempo a bit. Looking to throw it on first down. He's running out of time here. On the junior, gets home, making a sack there. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Pass protection, a serious issue. Another sack makes it second and long. Quarterback drops back. He's moving out of the pocket. Quick throw to his receiver. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Bringing the ball to the ground. Defense has got the football. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. The 30. The 20. At the 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. On the scoop and score.
How about that for this defense? I don't know about you. I might move this guy over to the offensive side. This guy picks up this fumble and shows you not only speed, but what to do with the football. Takes it all the way back for a touchdown.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. And with the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. This is a squib kick right to one of the blockers on the return team. And after a very solid kick return, they'll tackle him at the 36. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Gets it to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll start the drive. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Looking for his big tight end. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, this defense has been lights out all year long. In fact, it's been one of the best pass defenses in the country. Big reason why they're in this playoff, and they're living up to that standard today.
And they heave it deep downfield. Receiver left alone down there for a huge gain. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Made the defense look slow that time. And now to try here for the extra point. With the extra point, they're down 14-7 now. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or will the defense come up with a stop? Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
Well, let's face it. They dug themselves a hole in the first half, but I'll tell you what. They're coming out with a new look and a new energy here to start the second half.
The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Receiver makes the catch. The defense wraps him up. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. And 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a first down.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. Nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. They stop him after a short gain. It's not a first down.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
3rd and short now for the offense for the +25. Already in field goal range, but can they convert to keep the drive going? Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Quarterback looking to scramble. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
This is a deflating play for this defense on 3rd and short. Good coverage. They take away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for is the quarterback, and he uses his legs to pick it up.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the 1st and the 2nd option aren't there. By the 3rd option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Looks like Alabama will have the first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
The Tide offense line up here on 1st and goal. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Tide. That kind of execution, the long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with a pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Now they get set to kick it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
So now at the 13-yard line, it's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Nowhere to go here, and the ball is knocked loose. The offense falls on the fumble, keeps possession.
Well, the offense catches a break here, lucky to jump on the ball after coughing it up. He's lucky that his other teammates had some good awareness.
3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Pressure comes, and once again, no escape.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Fourth down, looking to throw for it. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Oh, and it's incomplete, and the drive ends right there.
Well, down late in this football game by more than a possession, they obviously had to go for this. They just couldn't come up with the execution.
Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
Chris, you know me. I love to see defensive backs, and especially corners, that are willing to come up and get physical against the run game. What a job of making that play in space. No gain because of the play of that corner.
2nd down and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
On 3rd and go, he's going to try to throw for it. Will make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kurt.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. The last time they went forward on 4th down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
Man, how impressive have these guys been in this football game? I really expected to see a very different outcome with the hype of this quarterback and the way he's played most of this year. But this defense has held him under 200 yards passing. They've got a nice lead, and they are not sitting back and resting on their laurels. They're applying more pressure, and they come up with a sack here.
And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Defense is coming after him. This will fall incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Chris, I totally understand why they would go for this here at this point in the game. You're down by 3 scores. We're in the second half. They felt the pressure with the possession that they had, the field position that they had. They needed to make something happen. Unfortunately, not able to come through.
Alabama now operating in the red zone. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Man, oh man, was the defense ready for this play. The quarterback just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
They don't want to waste this good field position, but it's 3rd down and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Pass rush closing in. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. And it's good. And they add to their lead.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after adding to this big lead, they are set to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. That last possession, they got stopped on 4th down in their own end. Let's see if they can get it going this time. Testing the defense with a throw downfield. It's caught. They will rule that a catch. A huge gain through the air. It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
Man, how about the job by this defense? I mean, we really expected this offense to be able to come into this game, put up big yards and a lot of points, and here we are in the 4th quarter. Collectively, they don't even have 200 yards total offense, and they just seem to be out of sync. Give all the credit to the defensive coordinator and those defensive players and the way they're putting this pressure on this quarterback and this offense.
Breaking free at the 35. Oh, the ball's knocked loose. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. The linebacker shifting around now. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
Bring him down short of the goal line, but it's 1st and goal from the 2. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State. Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the 1st down marker. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. What a satisfying feeling for this team. Just run out the clock and let the celebration begin. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's an out route, the catch made, and a nice 1st down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the 1st down marker. Second down play coming up for this offense. Looking for some space. It's Riley. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So now it's 3rd and short from the 30. Chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. Quarterback still with the football. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs.
Well, why not, Chris? These guys have been doing it all year. This offensive line has been a staple, and this back has the vision to be able to find that crease to get the first down, and you're that much closer to advancing.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Ball handed off. And they wrap him up and bring him down in what is the final play of the game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the